Alright guys, it is 23:47 on Thursday the 30th. I'm at the corner of 4th Street in Southwest Jefferson in Southwest downtown Portland. This is the Wells Fargo Center. You can see that of the 60 days of continued protest, there doesn't seem to be a lot of boarded up windows. There clearly is some fencing put in front of it, but I wouldn't say that it looks like a war zone. Protest is continuing this evening, and I'm going to walk the 2 blocks from Southwest Jefferson and 4th Street to Southwest 3rd and Salmon. It's 2 blocks away. We can take a look at what's really taking place. I guess this is 2 days after the announcement that Governor Kate Brown has somehow negotiated with Vice President Pence to send the federal agents or decline the presence of the federal agents here in Portland. So I'm about to cross the street. Well, that's a nice little metaphor there. You're next. We're walking through. Oh, no, that's not what we want today. This is what I'm sporting today. This is the COVID mask. I don't believe I'm going to need the gas mask, the ventilation mask that I was wearing yesterday. But we'll see what we get into. I'm gonna walk directly through the park. I would say that there's less than 1,000 people here, but there are more people here at this time than there were last night at this time. And at this time last night, I was getting rained on by the tear gas falling from the sky. This is an interesting perspective, right? So, walking towards the president's here.
If they want to argue, then they should be willing to do something about it. And that's fair.
So there's some clowns down here. A lot of people seated. Take a look. Some guy that's got a shitty car driving around without any lights on. Okay. Here's our perspective. That's 3rd and Taylor. We're gonna walk to 3rd and Salmon to get the first perspective on this. Let's see if they're doing anything positive.
I've separated it so we get like.
All right, this is something that you should definitely see. very, very worked up. Okay, so we're gonna take a look at 3rd Street and Salmon. All right, Rick, when you see this and you tune in, I'm standing on the west side of the Marco Hatfield Federal Courthouse, and I'm about to take you to a live perspective of what's taking place here. It's clearly peaceful. There's less than 1,000 people here. They're all scattered throughout the park and on 3rd Street in between Salmon and Taylor. So here's what you're looking at. So, there's more people here this evening at this time than there was last evening at this time. Majority are wearing masks. I wouldn't say that social distancing is taking place, but the perspective is clearly different than it was the night before. So we'll go walk into the crowd.
I was like...
Watch this. Try to get closer to show you what's happening in there.
Yeah, the photographs are so they're scared, and I want to let y'all know about the police brutality out there too. We're peacefully protesting, just like y'all are doing out here. This is a peaceful movement right here. This is for Black Lives. You know, the Detroit Police Department came through our crowd and hit us with vehicles. We're peacefully protesting, man. We're walking through. We have a drum line, we have a band. We're doing all this crazy shit in these fucking communities. They're tear gassing our communities where there are children in Black fucking communities, and it is wrong. You're bringing the feds, you're bringing like the SWAT team, you're bringing the police into these fucking Black communities. We need to protect our people. This is what this movement is about, is protecting the fucking people. Yes! Yeah. And like my guy over here said, we gotta come together. I understand, like we all wanna fight. We all wanna fight, like fuck these pigs. Yeah. Fuck these pigs. Fuck these pigs and fuck Trump. I think we all know this. But we have to keep it going for the fucking community, guys. Okay? We gotta remember who this is about. So Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna do this chant again. When Black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When Black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
When Black lives are under attack, what do we do?
Stand up, fight back!
Thank you, guys.
We'll walk towards where the other chanting is coming from.
Black lives!
Black lives!
a different perspective than
And
last
we
evening.
are out here also today for Breonna Taylor.
It's really fucking loud.
I say go harder for Breonna, and it's a personal challenge for myself to do more for her. After she has died, when I got that call when she was alive, so please go harder for Breonna with me. Go harder for Breonna.
Brianna.
Go harder for Breonna. Go harder for Breonna.
Go harder for Brianna.
Go harder for Breonna. Go harder for Breonna. I want to hear the energy in your voices. Say go harder for Breonna. 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 Say her name, Breonna Taylor. Breonna Taylor. Say her name.
That's the chanting that's going on in front of me. There's another person with a microphone behind me. I'm being drowned out. Okay, so that's the screaming happening here. Watch this. We're gonna reposition. Hang on. Well, hold on. So there's a lot more black people out here tonight than there was last night, visibly. Not that I'm keeping a head count of black people, but there's more visible in the crowd. And so like this is the area where there's a sound system and a banner that people are making speeches in front of. Elijah McClain. All right, so I'm gonna pan from South 3rd Street. We're gonna look at Taylor, and so. So yeah, there's a guy standing on the fence right now and trying to bang his skateboard on the that barrier that's around the outside of the courthouse. Not really being as supported as they were the night previous. There's more focus on chanting than there is on setting trash on fire and trying to antagonize the federal agents. So let me reposition, because for what appears to be a lot of people, there's like less than 1,000 people here right now, and there was what appeared to be more people here earlier, but it wasn't. I still don't think it's breaking into the thousands. They are scattered. There's pockets of people scattered from 3rd Street all the way, or excuse me, from Taylor all the way to so that guy's there for battle. He's one of the conservative press people that's trying to capture the damage of everything. I talked to him last night as I was leaving. You can see the guy with the lacrosse bat kind of feels like he doesn't have any tear gas grenades to throw, and he's let down. So it's a strange perspective to be in the same place that last night that is being heavily or aggressively, used as a area of clashing with the federal agents. That's an interesting thing to do. Okay. So I'm gonna walk back to 4th Street and Taylor from where I'm standing. It's definitely a lot less volatile than the night before. Are those porta potties always here? I don't think so. I would say that people have occupied the street, and that's the kind of perspective there. Is the park is sparsely filled with people, but it's not. Oh, I see why. Somebody's blocked the street with their car. That's another thing that I witnessed last night, is that since nobody was like kind of, holy shit, why are they setting off the explosions? Let me show. We're TPing the trees. Watch this. See that? There you go. It looks like somebody went through and has tried to wipe away the graffiti that was on the wall, so I'll go take you to that. In the nights past, I've made my comments about this particular wall because of the low effort street art / graffiti that was on it. And currently, as we go through here, I'll show you this. Somebody's gone through and painted the wall black so that it doesn't look like it's covered with low effort street art anymore, or you know, like what a child does when they find a spray paint can. They spray paint the word fuck on the wall. You know, it doesn't really mean much, kind of deflates the issue. So I don't know what that means, but it's cool to see that somebody came through and kind of took all the demoralizing and counterproductive voice off of the wall. So yeah, I mean, it looks a lot better painted black. You know, clearly somebody's still spray painting all over the all over the ground. I'll show you this low effort street art right here. Oh fuck, tripping over things. I don't know what 2020 is not greater than 1776. I don't maybe I'm reading the expression wrong. And then 846, I don't know. Is that the dude from Beavis and Butthead? I don't know. So the dude with the trumpet is still out here. Hopefully he's trying not to be the edgelord he was last night. Check this out. It's interesting. Let's read this real quick. Nicknamed the $1 Million Man due to his many misconduct suits, he has cost the city of Portland, and despite community pressure, has continued to be promoted up the PBB ranks. Okay, so let's read. Wow, he earned $129,000 in 2017. Here are some of the things that he has done. This is seeing a trend here of black people. Okay, he and another Trabant officer intimidated and questioned a 15-year-old Latina girl, throwing her to the pavement after she reached for her friend's pocket for a soda while they were waiting for the bus. Okay. Bresner detained, seized, arrested, battered, and pepper sprayed at point blank range Bill Alice, an anti-war protester, holding up a sign near the rapid response team. That was in 2003. In 2007, Bresner illegally detained 3 black men at gunpoint without any cause. The men were pulled from their car while officers searched the vehicle. Bresner punched one of the men several times in the groin and questioned his manhood. The men described it as a 40 minutes of terror. Yeah, that sounds pretty terrifying. In 2010, let's see, Leo Bresner was aggressively detaining Sean Hartfield, a 44-year-old black business owner who'd gotten into a tussle, a Donnybrook, with someone in his store who attacked him with a knife and refused to leave. Hartfield subdued the man, and in the situation was calm when Bresner arrived and arrested Hartfield without cause, purposely humiliating him outside his own store. Okay, so I get what's happening here. Let's see the trend. These are some of the police officers that, if you read these things, kind of, they're as bad as the edgelords trying to throw objects over the fence. I think they realize they can get away with it and do what they want. Brett Burton. Jesus, man, this is violent. All right. So among the other things that it says here, while still a deputy for the Multnomah County Sheriff's Department, Burton responded to a call regarding a dispute over an improperly parked van on May 27th of 2006. Barton arrived with another deputy and 2 police officers. He put a 45-year-old woman in a control hold and broke her arm. The officers stepped on her back and pushed her face in the mud as 7 of her terrified children and grandchildren watched. She successfully sued the city and county. So that's Brett Burton. He earned $98,000 in 2017. Holy fuck. He's a small economy. Okay, let's look at Kenneth DeLeo. I'm going to glance over this real quick to see if there's any other alarming shit. Holy fuck, this guy earned $185,000 in 2017. So let's read this. Second paragraph. Portland Police Bureau responded by raiding homes in North Portland, battering down doors. That's poor usage. Using smoke grenades, firing rubber bullets into occupied homes, and roughing up the grandmother of one of the suspects. This whole thing has to be read in order for that to make sense. But just a few months later, on July 11th of 2001, DeLeo shot a 40-year-old black man outside of a convenience store. The man had disarmed an assailant when DeLeo shot him from behind. The man survived and won a $200,000 settlement from the city. Doesn't that guy just look like the type of guy he's always been a bully and was given the impunity to get away with it? We're going to look at Ryan Foote, who only earned a pale $94,000 compared to the other officer. All right, something like this happened in my hometown of Albuquerque. So Officer Ryan Foote is the cop who decided to follow Keaton Otis on May 12, 2010. His partner officer, James Dufresne, saw nothing wrong with Otis or his driving and asked Foote, "Are you seriously going to run that plate?" Foote acknowledged that Otis had done nothing wrong, but said that Otis kind of looks like he could be a gangster. So Otis was black, and he was wearing a hoodie. So officers surrounded Otis's car, tased him multiple times while yelling conflicting commands. Foote was one of the officers that tased Otis in the ensuing chaos. Officers fired at Otis 32 times, striking him 23 times, and the lack of coordination or planning of the stop nearly led officers to shooting each other. Jesus, man. That goes on to explain that guy's a real charmer. Yeah, this is kind of the stuff that should be on this wall instead of the edgelord graffiti that's on there. Okay, we're gonna reposition. All right. So,
Stay for a little while longer.
Let me get to a point where it has stopped. It's just some poorly motivated street art. So like, this is the street art. It's lack of motivation. But somebody's gone through and blacked out some of the low effort graffiti that they were putting on the wall. You know, it's not street art. It's not Banksy's. You know what I mean? It's like shitty demonstrations of lettering, which you know, there are better ways to do this. But there are murals that have appeared on the plywood that's on the windows or covering the windows. So we'll go take a look at one of them across the street, because this one's like rather impressive. So I'm currently walking east on Taylor and 3rd Street. So I'm a block away from the protest right now. You can hear them going on behind me, but a block away. We kind of want to show you like the retail space or the business space that exists within a block of where the protest is taking place for the last 60 days. Some of this area is referred to as a war zone or under siege, which is gross generalization about what this area actually is experiencing at the moment. So I am on Taylor in between 2nd and 3rd Street right now, and I am facing south. So take a look at this. And now we're looking west. All right. So this building that's on my right, and right on the screen is this way. But so there's a mural painted on the plywood on this building on the corner of 3rd Street and Taylor. So it says AC Hotels. We'll do this. One of the better murals in the area, and on the walls not far from it there is a number of people that have been impacted by police violence or police brutality. If you notice, all those people are dead. So I'm going to show you, so these are some more of the murals that have appeared on the plywood that's down here. I don't know if any of this is considered felonious criminal mischief. You can definitely classify it or categorize it as a misdemeanor or vandalism, but there are places that are here that do not resemble a war zone. So I'm walking on 3rd Street. I'm about 2 blocks north of the protest right now that's gone on for the last 60 days, and you know, these businesses are still open. A lot of these businesses are impacted by COVID-19, the disease, not necessarily by the protesting. And even the most active of the encounters in the protest have taken place in the evening, not during the day when people are down here. But again, a lot of people don't have the same type of disposable income and don't have the jobs that they had before they started all of this. So I'm now walking west on Yamhill in southwest downtown Portland. I'm at the Microsoft store, so there's not a lot of good murals on this particular building. There's a lot of low effort graffiti, street art, low effort street art. We'll look at this. There you go. I mean, what is that, in crayon? Is that in marker? Here's some lettering. This is some lettering. I think that anytime that you spell a word like cop with the letter K, you might as well take the letter E and make it backwards, because it's like a child is trying to write something. So I'm 2 blocks north right now of the protest, and I'm walking north. There's a movie theater that's across the street. This is the Microsoft store. That's right here. Lots of low effort street art. Somebody was burning something. It's just that's the other thing, is that I don't get the point of the burning trash. Like, it's hard enough to breathe when that CS gas comes out. That you know, the burning of trash is like just, again, fucking stupid. So we're gonna look at the Tiffany & Company. So this is typically a jewelry store, and this is some of the murals that are on the north side of the building. I'm on Yamhill in between 3rd Street and 4th Street in southwest downtown Portland. The H&M store is across the street. No low effort street art can be seen on the H&M store. I also think like people don't really relate your business to anything productive, good or bad, if they haven't decided to put some low effort street art on their plywoods. Okay, so that's the Louis Vuitton store. This is the Apple store. So 2 blocks north and 2 blocks west of the protest is the Apple store, and it has some mid-grade level street art, but mostly low effort street art. This is the stuff that really needs to be on these walls. It needs to be painted as large as each one of these walls are. The names of the police officers that are the most brutal and most expensive on the force, because they keep beating people up. And that truly, let's talk about how much money it costs to defend these guys in court. Nobody seems to be recognizing that. Each one of these people has experienced a form of racism that ended their life. Maybe it wasn't straight up intentional racism, but to be caught in a confluence of events that their race is part of the reason why they're there. Look at these people. These are the names that they want everybody to remember. And this is on the wall of the Apple store in southwest downtown Portland. This is some granite out here. You got a lot of low effort street art here. Is it worth cleaning up the trash or waiting till this happens? Some of this is just graffiti, but some of it's here to make a point. And then if we look across the street, this is kind of a mall that's there. That's a retail space that now has some actual street art on it. A couple weeks ago, it was just some low effort street art, which is, like this, that's painted on the steps of the, but if we look at this, all right, so I'm walking west right now towards 5th Street on Yamhill in southwest downtown Portland. I'm at the Apple store, and you can see these murals to people that have lost their lives to police brutality. And as we get closer to the protest, I'm now 2 blocks north and 3 blocks west of the center of the protests. So this is the Apple store. I'm gonna show you what this looks like. And then you can see that corner there. Am I mistaken in thinking that's the... Oh no, so we're still a block away from the Nike store, but the point I'm trying to make is that, like, there are places that, like this Benbridge Jewelers, that still has all of its, you know, windows, its retail space is still able to be viewed from the street, but like the Fidelity Insurance building or office has been boarded up, and it's been painted white. Somebody that cares has come through and has grayed out or blacked out the low effort street art that was on most of these windows. But you know, like Pioneer Tower, the Standard Building. This is where I was standing last night, where there were federal agents on that. It's like a second level. It's a mezzanine level that surrounds the building. But they definitely were advancing on people, and that type of thing isn't really happening this evening. I can tell that there's a lot of edgelords that are kind of pissed off, and they really want to see some violence. They really want to try to throw, you know, flaming bags of trash over the barricades, as though that's going to solve something. But it seems like there is better organization that's preventing people from, you know, falling into the basic instincts of just mob mentality. And the people that are hanging out on the outskirts of the protest are the ones that are kind of just doing stuff like trash, smoking, not really making a contribution.
Yeah, so this one right here.
So I'm headed back to where I began this process. This retail space at the bottom of the Standard is all blacked out. So the other night I went through here, or it's browned out. I went through here and was showing people the low effort street art that was here. This is one place that somebody already got to you, or you know, the fuck the government thing there. That's not part of the Black Lives Movement. They're not trying to make that statement. It seems to be something that people were kind of ramming into their cause, and they didn't really have a good organization over it that prevented people from kind of doing that. So the chanting is still going on. It's currently 0:31. Take a look at this. I am now walking towards the federal courthouse, and I'll show you that the crowd is slowly dying out, about an hour and a half earlier than it was the night before. People are doing a better job of controlling traffic.
Real people ain't been talking.
I'm finally, so behind me there was two black guys that were talking about how, like, somebody is speaking for them down there. There's not real people talking, which makes sense. You know, there's people here that are here for entertainment, like it's some kind of shitty music festival, which it was. Oh, and that's the thing that's missing. The barbecue. So here's the thing. This was all barbecue space yesterday. So check this out. So far, no tear gas has been deployed. There's still edgelords standing on the barrier, that gate or metal grate that they put around the building. There's less than 1,000 people here, and I think the provocateurs don't really have a good foothold here right now, because there seems to be some direction of preventing people from falling into the mob mentality. And there's a sound system down here at the west side of the federal courthouse. That's what you're hearing right now. Let's take a look at it. So, hey Rick, thanks for joining. It's a very calm situation down here compared to the nights previous. And there still are edgelords that are trying to be provocateurs by banging on the gates or the divider that's reinforced with concrete on the base that is what separates the street from the property of the federal courthouse. There's probably less than 800 people here at the moment. It's been a lot of chanting. There being a sound system here kind of has been a focus of people speaking. Earlier I saw a group of black guys having a conversation about how there's no real people making any statements here about anything real, which I can understand, but it's got to start somewhere. This is definitely better than it was when it was led by the mob mentality that was getting away with destroying things because nobody wanted to say anything. But those people have kind of taken the Black Lives Matter movement and make it about things that it wasn't about. The message of "fuck the police" is strong with this group, but it's trying to highlight police brutality, not trying to be a message or a conduit for the "fuck the government" type of sentiment that's kind of emerged from mainly white people that are here to usurp the message from people that have experienced police brutality that are black. So a lot of the graffiti that's around the area has been blacked out. And a lot of chanting, a lot of moments of silence. I'm going to walk back to Main Street and 4th Street. It's here's protest smells. We've gone over this. The barbecue is gone, so it doesn't smell like barbecue anymore. No one's burning trash, so it doesn't smell like fucking acrid plastic and wood that's treated with chemicals that's been set on fire. Patchouli, that's there. Some kind of dust from the park because the grass is dead at this park on Main Street. What else does it smell like? Oh, well, weed. I mean, edgelords are out here to try to smoke weed, like they're getting away with something. But there is some stuff that's down here that's worth seeing that I think that needs to turn into murals. People are doing a good job of kind of cleaning up the mess that's around here. There's some people picking up trash and making a game out of it. That's interesting to see. So less than a block away, a building unaffected by the protests. Oh yeah, we're not looking at it, we're looking at me right now. Okay, hold on. So this is the building that's unaffected by the protests that's been down here for the last 60 days. If I were in a war zone and I saw this, I'd feel pretty good about war. But clearly I'm not in a war zone, and it doesn't give me a comforting feeling about war. Let's look at the Multnomah County Courthouse. That's something that has... Oh yeah, here's another thing. There's a better control of traffic than there was in previous nights, and there's like less of a possibility of some guy deciding to take his bitchin' Camaro through the crowd. I think a lot of people are not recognizing that is a possibility, but here's what it looks like one block away from the protest. We're seeing, you know, this, so that's Main Street right there, and traffic is being controlled by essentially volunteers and people that have appointed themselves to kind of direct it. The Multnomah County Courthouse has had the majority of the low effort street art power washed off it. You can see the remnants of it, but it's not necessarily it's the same type of presence as it was before. And you know, it's going to be there because this is definitely going to be a part of Portland's history. There was a period of time where, in order to answer the public's dissatisfaction with police brutality, that the police answered with police brutality, and that the president answered the complaint of there being police brutality with federal agents that showed up with a crowd control gas that burns like hell. So this blacked out wall here was low effort street art earlier, and if you look up higher you can still kind of see some, but there's remnants. This will be a scar. It's part of the history that can't be ignored and can't be you know, said that it didn't deserve to exist. You know, the stuff that's down here that allowed people to set fires has kind of disappeared. Man, I've always wanted a lacrosse bat, but not today. Some of the things that deserve to be on these walls are these, I want to say like they're write-ups of some of the more brutal police officers in Portland, but we'll start here at Leo Bresner, who's an active lieutenant as of June of 2020, but apparently he's nicknamed the $1 Million Man. He made $129,000 in 2017. Who knows what he made in the previous 2 years? But this list of things here, all of this shit is terrifying, and like what good? I mean, like what kind of message does that send? Here's another one, and this kind of brings up. Oh, not this guy. Hold on. Trying to read. Where is it? One of these guys has a settlement that's like $240,000 for. Okay, so yeah, this guy, this Kenneth. Is it Dulio? I may not have it right, but he shot a man outside of a convenience store. Apparently the man that he shot had disarmed an assailant of the convenience store, and DeLeo shot him, the guy that disarmed somebody, from behind. The man won a $200,000 settlement. So like when you're adding up what it costs to kind of deal with the graffiti that's down here, how much does the city spend defending police officers with settlements with something like this? And he made $185,000 in 2017. This guy is a fucking microeconomy, and he's able to do something like, in May of 2001, DeLeo and 2 other officers were staggeringly drunk, celebrating a birthday near the downtown restaurant of Greek Cuisine. The officers stumbled through the street calling out, "Who wants some?" And 6 black men took the challenge and beat the officers in the street. So the police bureau responded by raiding homes in North Portland, I guess looking for these guys, and roughing up the grandmothers of one of the suspects. And then, yeah, a few months later, he got into that altercation. So, like, these guys are, you know, glorified gang members, sanctioned by taxpayers to pay them $185,000 a year. I mean, has he made this more than once? Has he made less than 10% of that in a 10-year period? 'Cause that's a lot of fucking money. That really is. Okay, so that's the protest. It's 12:45. But you know, it's definitely a different energy than it was the night before. Maybe the barbecues in the center of the park not being there any longer have taken away the trash. That's also something that you'll notice that's down here. The trash has been cleaned up. That was just kind of accumulating for days, or if not longer. But somebody wants to clean up the graffiti. They recognize that it was an eyesore. They want to put things like murals on these walls, something that's not low effort street art, and highlighting some of these very brutal police officers on these walls, like what I was just talking about, is probably the sign of thing that needs to be there, to remind people that all of this was taking place for a reason. It wasn't just some type of mob effort to fuck something up. It's definitely, it's like going the right direction. And I think the people that were getting off on causing the damage, the provocateurs, kind of don't have control of it anymore, which, God, that needed to happen sooner. But they truly were making the situation worse by fucking setting fire to trash and throwing it over the barricade. It just didn't make any sense. But yeah, this is what should be taking place, and hopefully it continues going this direction. Thank you for watching.